So it's been a while. It's been a long time. I think it's been... Let me just check my phone because it's been a while, you know? Like... my videos... I think it's been at least a year. Yeah, it's been a year since my last video, like my last proper video, not including my Patreon intro. So, welcome back. My name is Georgia. This is All Ben Trash. It's been a while. That's 4 times 5? I've lost count by now. So, today we are going, well, I'm going to be doing my makeup, and we're going to have a bit of a chit chat, and I'm going to tell you what's been going on in my life, because let me tell you right now, it's not a lot. Sorry if you can hear my dog and my sister in the background. My sister's blowing her nose, my dog's playing with his boss toy. So today I'm going to start off with a Clinique. It's like an inch. Hey buddy, do you guys want to see my dog? He's so cute. There he is, Boss Dog. So yeah, that's Boss. I'm gonna go in with a Clinique moisturizer today. It's only like a trial size, but I actually went and had my makeup done by a Clinique makeup artist. I will leave her Instagram in the description below, because she did an incredible job of making my skin look still like skin, but it didn't have as much redness or as much unevenness to it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go in with this. It's like a gel. I had this at school. And I'm just gonna put that there, like that, and rub that in. Make sure to like go over my eyes and my T-zone and my nose. I actually don't have my nose piercing in anymore, so makeup is a whole lot easier. While that settles in, hey buddy, I guess we should probably start talking about where I've been. And the answer to that is I got lazy and I got busy, and all of a sudden I don't have a YouTube channel anymore. It's like I had this really bad stage with my anxiety where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't like get out of bed, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I could barely like function and talk to my family. And then after that it was like I can't be bothered, and it was really bad. Like that's probably one of the worst stages of my life I've ever had. I haven't talked about it before, but like, yeah, I'll probably talk about it in another video, because it's not really something that I'd like to talk about in this video when I'm supposed to be like happy and like, yeah, everything's fine. I'm moving around too much for my camera to focus. Life's great. But yeah, that happened, and I got lazy, and I had exams, lots of exams. I actually swapped schools. Now I'm going to a boarding school in a town that's about an hour away. So videos for me are quite hard to film and edit because my computer is slow, and it's not old, it's just slow. I don't have a camera with me 5 days out of 7. I'm only home on the weekends. So if I want to film, I have to film quick and I have to edit quick. So yeah, that's a little bit of an explanation. That was really bad, wasn't it? So now that that's sunk into my skin, you can tell that like I have a lot of unevenness and dryness in my skin. Like it still feels quite patchy. I've been out at the beach recently, so it's even worse than usual. I'm gonna go in, I swear I'm not branded by Clinique or anything, but it's just because I know this foundation works. It doesn't react with my skin or anything, so I'm gonna go with the Clinique Even Better Glow. In the shade CN02 Breeze. So it's got like a little dropper, so I just put this on the back of my hand like that. I use a fair bit. And then I go in with one of these brushes, that one, yeah. And I just like dip it in, pat it where I think I'm gonna need it. Just generally all over my face. So what I really I'm gonna use a mirror, because that's a good idea. This is the Berries palette by BYS, by the way. I probably won't use it in this video because I don't do eyeshadow, but it is a good palette. So I'm just going to blend that out. I was worried that this was going to be too pale for me because I've been out in the sun recently, but it seems to be okay so far. I always like to make sure I get a little bit extra on like my lip and my cheeks, because that's where the redness is one of the worst. It's the worst space, I guess you could call it. And I was also told to blend like heck. Now, while I'm blending, I should probably talk about Wattpad and what's been going on with that. So, I actually took a break from Wattpad for about 3 months. I still am technically on a break. And I lost inspiration, basically. I stopped writing and it was weird, actually. Just check out how it's going. It looks a little bit oily, but I promise you it's not. So basically I lost inspiration. I kind of lost my will to write, which sounds really weird, but like trust me, it's actually a thing and I lose it very, very easily. So I basically took those 3 months to kind of redo my writing. I took a lot of time to find some new skills, some new ideas. I took a lot of time and I actually started writing for Byron Langley and Joe Sugg. My new Wattpad will be in the description below. I'm just going to take a little bit more of this foundation and just fix up any problem areas that I think are particularly bad today. It's mostly to my cheeks. Cheeks are pretty bad usually. It's just because of that skin condition that I mentioned a long time ago. Probably one of my last videos actually. And I'm also going to take that down my neck, just so I don't look mismatched. So yeah, lost inspiration, started writing for Joe and Byron, and I've actually been having a lot of fun with them. Simply because it's a lot, how do I put this? You get more of an insight into their lives because they're vloggers or YouTube stars, or Byron's a model, which is really cool, and he's in a lot of Joe's vlogs. They're actually housemates, so that also gives a lot of canon. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I like to experiment and I like to try new characters. And I've also been working on some original characters of mine, in the hopes that I can maybe one day write my own book, original book. That would be really cool. So I'm just going to zoom you in a little so you can get a look at the coverage. It's not exactly high coverage, but you can blend it out, you can add more as you need it. I don't typically use a lot, just because I don't find that I want to. I kind of want to keep my freckles. Freckles are quite in at the moment, so I try and keep those. And I also, I try not to cover like my lips or anything. So yeah, foundation tips with G. Now I'm going to go in, oof, that looks bad. Now I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 15, Claire. So it's like pale as all heck. And basically what I do, I don't go under my eyes or anything because I don't consider that I need it. However, I do like to go with just like a quick swipe around that freckle in my mouth and that pimple there. Sometimes I'll do a little bit down here. Wow, that's really bad. And I also like to just put a little bit up here. And maybe on the bridge of my nose. And a Cupid's bow. Because I don't have one. Let's be real. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques Finished Miracle Remedy Sponge. This is like a tiny little thing. But I have only used it like once or twice. But it's great for blending. It's great for getting those finishing touches. I like to use it for, of course, my concealer and powder. I like to use a little bit on my powder. And I just go in really carefully and just blend that out. Also, these sponges are like ridiculously soft and bouncy, so I would totally recommend, if you've got the budget, go for it. However, I did have a cheap like $2 Kmart one, and that worked fine as well, so I guess it's more if you're willing to spend the money, then go for it. If you're not, however, that's fine. Just know that it might not be as high quality as the real deal, I guess you could call it. So I get really bad redness, obviously, on like my cheeks and up here on my temple. So I just like to spend a little bit extra time blending that out and making sure that it looks kind of normal. Obviously, if I needed to, I could go in with another row of foundation, but because it's low light coverage to medium, I just don't really like to do it because I find that it blends funny if you put too many layers on. Just check that. Oh, foundation. Good one, Georgia. Just do my nose. Yep. Okay. I might just use a little bit there on my T-zone. So obviously, this makeup look is not glam. It's not full. It's just me on my way out the door to go to school. And I have a little bit of hair there. So I don't know, if you want like full glam, I wouldn't be going to me. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use this cheap BYS brush. I think it's a blush brush, to be honest, but I just use it for powder. I'm going in my trusty old Rimmel Stay Matte that you guys have seen before in the shade 003 Peach Glow. And what I do is I swirl my brush around, tap off the excess, and just lightly pat it into my face. Take it down my neck as well, so it's not an ugly foundation line that we all know some girls get. That's okay. I don't bake or anything, to be honest. What else can we talk about? Oh yeah, okay, let's talk about school. So, I'm currently in year 11, which is the second last year of school for those of you who aren't aware of Australian schooling. And I've decided to do the university bound route. So I'm doing extracurriculum classes, which are higher than the recognised year 11 schooling rate, if that makes sense. And it's tough. I'm gonna be honest, it's really tough. It's hard and you have to put in a lot of work, and I haven't been doing so well, but I'm currently going into my 4th term. I'm currently on holidays, which is really nice, and that's a little bit tacky still, so I'm gonna go back into that powder. And yeah, it's been one hell of a journey, not gonna lie, especially starting a new school. That was quite the experiment for me, because I was going from living at home and waking up at like 7:30 to waking up at 6:30 and being responsible for my own actions, you know, making sure I got up, I got ready in time to go to breakfast and that sort of stuff. So that was quite the interruption to my very relaxed life. Before I forget, I'm just going to take a tiny little eyeshadow brush. I got these brushes for Christmas, by the way. And I'm going to go in with a Clinique highlight, uplighting illuminating powder, sorry. And it's just a really, really pretty light shade in the shade 1, Nude Glow, because I'm pale. And I think it's meant to be a highlight, so I use it like a highlight. I just tap off the excess. It's a little bit on my nose. That's out of focus. So I'm just going to use a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my cupid's bow, my eyebrow bone, and up on my temple. Also going to use it on the other side, because you know, what you do to one side, you could do the other, rah, 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 all that fun shit. Please don't AdSense me for that. And I'm also gonna do it on my Cupid's bow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is meant to be a highlight, but to me, I don't really see a lot of highlight happening. So, I don't know, I'm just gonna change brushes. That one? Yeah, I think that one might be best. I'm just going in with a like larger fluffy brush. Swirl it. Tap off the excess. And just go in like that. Yeah, it's really not doing much for me to blend that in with my finger because my camera stopped. So a lot of people like to use like proper eyebrow products, but for me, like I already have pretty full brows, so I don't really consider it necessary. I just go in with an eyeliner. Still works just as well, and it's not as expensive. Okay guys, so it's a couple of days later and I was editing this video and I actually forgot to film an intro. So, here's a final look. I just added a little bit of mascara. I did exactly the same look as the video. And I used the Maybelline New York Definer Lash Mascara in the shade Very Black. All the makeup that I've used will be down in the description below, as well as my new Wattpad and the makeup artist from Clinique. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and the next video I'm going to do is actually something that's really special to me. My best friend has just moved away from WA to Queensland, so basically I wanted to film a video and just talk about her, which will be really nice. See you guys in the next video. Bye.